yarn lovers, it's Gary and I'm back in my happy place, the Yarn Corner here on Vancouver Island in Canada. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Today's a rainy Monday, April the 17th, 2023, and this is video 183. How are you all doing? I hope you're well and staying safe. I must apologize up front if I get something wrong or if I'm in a bit of a brain fog and I glaze over because I traveled most of yesterday and I connected on 3 flights and I sat in a couple of airports. So you know how that feeling is when you're kind of like going up and down and you still feel the turbulence. The last leg of the journey was a little rough, but a few cups of coffee at the this morning to ease my nerves and a good sleep last night does help, but I still might, you know, glaze over a little bit, so you have to forgive me. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I've been on a holiday and I've just returned. I went down to Illinois in the United States to visit a good friend, Crystal, over a bag a day. And we had a visitor from the Chicago area come down, and that was Rose from Rose Likes Crochet. It was a wonderful surprise. And the 3 of us, we went shopping. It was great times. So to my wonderful friends who helped give me the best possible experience in the Midwest in the United States, I want to say thank you so much. Crystal has a wonderful family and I adore them. If you don't know who they are, I don't know where you've been, but I'll link their YouTube channels down below. They're both amazing content creators. Crystal's the reason why I started crocheting. I was looking at what kind of crochet stitches I could learn. I actually pick up a hook for the very first time, and the chocolate bonbon beanie, which I'll also put the pattern down, caught my eye and I was like, I'm going to give this a go. So I found Crystal. So the introduction to her tutorials, which she has over 1,000 of, you got to go over there and check her out because she's amazing. Don't forget to subscribe to her channel. And Rose is a fantastic content creator as well. I get a lot from what she makes and how she runs a kind of like a side hustle of craft shows. And if you're ever interested in finding out what sells or what kind of items kind of like people are gravitating to in crochet, then definitely Rose has great content. She also has a segment called Wings, which it just touches my soul that someone gets so involved like Rose does in community effort. And I'll let her explain everything because I probably will get things wrong. So if you're looking for a cause to get involved with in the Chicago area, then go over to Rose Likes Crochet and check out her Wings segment. So in this video, what I'm going to do is talk about some of the things that Rose had generously brought along with her for the trip and absolutely surprised me because I wasn't expecting anything. I have also a gift from Crystal and I have a mystery gift, which I think I figured out who could have possibly sent it to me, but I don't want to assume anything. But you know who you are, and I want to just say thank you for just a beautiful gift. It's not just, but it is an amazing gift. So I'll rephrase that sentence. We'll start with Rose. You might have seen this in a clip, but look at this bag here, filled with Chicago-based product and a little bit more in the yarny goodness of, like, I guess the world, because it did come across the ocean to get to her. Okay, where to begin? I'll start with the Chicago stuff and then I'll talk about the yarn component a little later. See, it's already kicking in, the fog's starting. So here we go. Oh, before I get going, let's talk about what I'm wearing. This is from Rose, Windy City, 1837 Chicago, USA original. So this came from Rose. This is the first thing that I almost forgot to talk about. I got a blanket. It's a fleecy blanket that looks like this part here of the, I believe it says Chicago fleece throw. Oh, there it is there. That's what the blanket looks like. I haven't opened it yet. I just unpacked. So yeah, it looks really silky, silky soft and warm, and has this lovely, cute blanket stitch on the edging. Thank you, Rose. That's so nice. I have some shaken, not stirred. It is popcorn shapes, and that's the bag. It's the Chicago mix, so some of the popcorn has the caramel and some of the popcorn has the like a cheddar cheese flavoring. I did open this because I had a little bit of it. That's how it looks. But hubby hasn't had any yet because he's gone to work today. But when he comes back, I said, there are treats from Rose. I have to like share them with you, but let me film them first. So I got that. Very, very delicious. What's your favorite if you've tried the Chicago mix? Are you a caramel person or are you the cheddar cheese variety kind of popcorn person? The next thing I got here is a Keebler's. Is that how you pronounce it? Deluxe Graham's, fudge covered Graham's crackers. Now, in where I'm from, we pronounce this word here as Graham's, but I know that in North America, you say grams. You don't pronounce the ham at the end, like it's a silent H. But yeah, it's the original flavoring, and they almost look like the Chicago version of an Australian Tim Tam. But I don't know. They do have wafery style sponge-like looking fillings, and then it's coated with chocolate. These will be great with a hot beverage like a tea or a coffee. Can't wait to get into those. The next thing I'm smelling in here is like, yep, it smells minty. Now, Rose did say to me that this is a very popular brand in her area, Chicago. It's called Frango's. And this particular box that I have is Marshall Field and Company Frango Mints. Oh, I can't wait to get into those. Yeah, it's quite a heavy box, so I think they're kind of solid, heavy type. I'm guessing they're going to be a cream base kind of after eight mint candy thing, chocolate maybe. Had a guess. And again, in the same vein, the Frango here, we've got milk chocolate and sea salt caramels. Now, I tried one of these because Crystal had this box open and on her kitchen counter. And I had one of these and they're delicious. So, yep. Chad, I hope you're hungry. Then we have some things in here which are Red Hot's, the original cinnamon flavored candy. I think I've had something similar to this before, but the brand of these Red Hots are from the Chicago area as well. And they're kind of hardish type candies, I believe. And alongside that one is the gum. So I think that they might be similar flavors. Really good. Because I drink coffee as well, some type of gum. I like eating some gum to keep my mouth a little fresh. So those cinnamon ones will definitely come in handy. This is Sweet Tarts Mini Chews. Looks like some candy flavors in the back. Fruit flavored. Looks good. These are going to last me for a while because we don't really like do a lot of candies unless there's a great movie on, and we'll prep a little bit of a snack bench of the lights. Me and Chad will hoe into them. So these will be good for those movie nights. This is called Dots. I don't know what these are. They might be clear kind of jelly lollies, or they might have some hard centers. I'm not sure whether they're soft or hard, but they're gumdrops. And what else do we have here? Okay. I didn't know the Tootsie Roll. I've heard of that in many movies and stuff, but I think I probably had a Tootsie Roll before. These are the Tootsie Roll packs that she has put in a nice sandwich bag. And there are the toffee variety, and then there is what's on a stick. It looks like a lollipop. And they're different colors in the lollipop, so there might be different flavors. Got the Charleston Chew. It's a candy bar. Might be a chocolate one, I think. The colors kind of remind me of a chocolate one. And I think it did get a little squished, but yeah, nice bar indeed. And I got some Razzlers, tropical flavored Razzlers. Yum, yum. Now, this has a funny story behind it. We're in a store. I don't know which store we're in, but Rose is like, here you go. You can tell everyone that I gave you $1 million. So this is a chocolate bar that is fashioned in a way of a $1 million US currency bill. I thought that was kind of neat. So she threw that into the gift as well while we were shopping. So thank you so much. I will eat into this for sure and report back to tell you what I think about the chocolate. So those were all the treats. There was one pop bottle made of glass that I had while I was in the hotel, and I can't remember for the life of me what the name of that bottle of pop was, but it was also from the Chicago area. And yeah, I didn't want a chance that it would break in the bag, so I enjoyed it while I was in Illinois. Now onto the yarny things, and because this is the next thing that I pulled out, Rose from Rose Likes Crochet, she makes these wonderful stitch markers. I believe I can show all the details on her card, because all the details would probably be on her website anyway. There's nothing else personal. So there is her business card there if you want to take a screenshot. And she's given me mushroom stitch markers and a Tootsie Roll stitch marker as well. Thank you so much. I do use stitch markers for placement of when a pattern changes and I need to remind myself, so I'll use that as a marker, but also progress keeper too. So I got 2 mushrooms and I got a Tootsie Roll. I love them. Thank you so much, Rose. And it comes all in a really nice drawstring organza. Purple is her favorite color, so a purple organza drawstring bag. Oh, and I did get a candy in there. I didn't see that. It's a mint. Wonderful. The other thing that I got from Rose was, she knows my wonderful favorite color here. It's green. And I got 4 hanks. Excuse the crinkling. They were protected in a nice Ziploc bag here. 4 hanks of this awesome color. Look at that. And it's the Yarn Bee Authentic Hand Dyed. We must have been on the same wavelength, because I was going in to buy this hand dyed yarn in the store, and yeah, so these will pair really nicely with one of the color ranges that I got. I think it was called the, no, I don't remember. It was like green and blues, and this is more like the yellow greens into more of the aqua green. So I love them. They're super, super soft. Now, a little bit about this yarn, which you may already know or may not. So it is 100% superwash merino, and it's called Yarn Bee Authentic Hand Dyed. The colorway is called Roasted Pepitas or Pepitas, and it's a fingering weight yarn. They're suggesting here to hand wash, lay flat to dry. Where are you made? Made in India. Recommended needle size is a 2.5 to 3 millimeter, and the recommended crochet hook size, it's so tiny, I'm so sorry, I think it says a 3 millimeter. And you get 100 grams in this hank, offering up 400 yards or 300 and it looks like 85 meters. So yeah, really, really nice and soft. They will go to good use for sure. Thank you, thank you. And the international part of the order that I received as well, other than that Yarnby yarn, was the Paw Ply Guy yarn called Oslo, in the colorway Oslo. I absolutely love this yarn. So I know that Paw Ply Guys are Daniel and I always think he looks like a Blair, but he's not Blair. Ash. Got it. And so yeah, they Daniel's the dyer, and he's with his partner is Ash, and I don't think Daniel dyes anymore, or he is taking a hiatus or looking to maybe make packs or something, I heard recently. So he has a YouTube channel as well. I'll link his YouTube channel down below. And this is his mascot for his channel. It's his dog called Oslo. And I guess he's using all the colors in Oslo's fur. And it's really, really soft. I love the color and how it breaks in the yarn. This to me looks a little, it's like a worsted weight. Yeah, it says here worsted Aran. And it's 100% superwash merino. I'm getting 166 meters in this 100-gram hank. And it's a worsted weight. So the washing instructions are to wash at 30 degrees Celsius and do not tumble dry. Lay flat to dry. Absolutely stunning yarn. It's come all the way from Scotland because that's where Daniel resides and has dyed these yarns. I feel really special. So thank you so much. That's going to go in there. I do have some other Paw Ply yarns that I've yet to use, but now that I have this one, and I believe there is Steve, which is the mascot for Bag O' Day. I have hanks in the colorway, but I'm not sure whether they're the same weight. But I might do a mascot project with all the animals together. That might be an interesting concept. So thank you, Rose. And also I got bags that I can use this Michael's bag again for yarn and for projects. So I'm super happy and I love everything. So I want to say thank you again, Rose. The special gift that I got from Crystal when I was there, well, the whole experience was a special gift. But for the yarn was, wow, this hank of yarn is a very special yarn because not many of them are out there. And it's a limited edition of Doug's fur with merino. Was it Dorino or Medug? Medug? I can't remember what the mashup of the words were. So merino and Doug fur. And it's really especially soft. Now I got to pat Doug, which is the Crystal over at Bag O' Day. It's her dog, and it's a standard poodle with this beautiful frosted color, and it's a brown dog. Doug's brown, but it has these frosted tips of almost gray, smoky gray color, and that's come through on this hank here. Crystal got it milled at a yarn milling place and asked to get 50% it blended with merino wool. So I think that's fabulous. I have like maybe one of how many she got done. I think in the end it was 8, maybe 8 hanks. And I love it. I think it has properties of a nice kind of rustic, semi-rustic wool. And I believe it will be very warm. Whatever I make with this will be such a warm garment, even when wet. And yeah, it's going to be a great memento for me to keep this and remind, like if I do use it in a project, every time I wear it, it's going to remind me of that trip. So I want to say thank you to Crystal and to Doug. Love it, love it, love it, love it. And the mystery gift. You know who you are, and I have a feeling I know who you are too. But you've seen Crystal talk about Keith's yarn, which is Yarn Snob, and he dyes all of his yarns and puts them into sometimes these big, huge power balls. And I got a power ball. Look at that. It's super soft, and it smells like the almost like a cross between the wool fiber being heated and the vinegar that is used to set the yarn. And I know that smell because I've just done some yarn dyeing myself, and that's just recently been dyed. I love the color. It's really super soft. And this special treat is that the person who sent this was in cahoots with Keith and asked to do a colorway which resembled urbanyarngary, me, and all the colors that I love. So it actually has the colorway name here called urbanyarngary. So obviously it has my green here. It's more like a forest green or a hunter green, going into more of the khaki kind of greens and colors, and it's slightly almost a brownish tinge through there. I love that. I love that it reminds me of a huge olive. So I could eat this all day, this olive color. Amazing, amazing. Thank you, Keith. Thank you, secret gift, anonymous gifter, on this beautiful yarn. I absolutely love it. So what can I tell you about it? It's fingering weight, 100% superwash merino, and custom milled in Italy, dyed in the United States. This fingering weight Powerball is approximately 500 grams and offers up 2,187 yards. And then they give you a gauge stitch count here. Suggestion of using a US 1.5 needle. I'm not sure what that is in millimeters. Is the 5 millimeters? 1 to 5, that's what it is, US 1 to 5. So anywhere from, I'm going to say 2.25 maybe millimeters, all the way up to maybe a 4 millimeter knitting needle. So there's the details there if you need it. Absolutely love it. Oh my goodness, I've been spoiled. So I know that this is going to make one big project. I'm going to find a pattern or a stitch that I can use the full yardage together to see how it plays out in the striping, or if it's going to be more of a gradation. I'm not sure how all these colors will play out over the course of a fabric. So thank you, thank you. You know who you are. I absolutely love it. With that, I think that catches you up on what I wanted to chat about, because now I'm going to go through all of the questions that people asked about traveling and what kind of things that I use to ship, like pack in all of the purchases that I made, and also what kind of restrictions that I had experienced traveling across the border, or whether there were any customs at the other end. And I'll tell you about my experience. I'm not sure whether this will be for everyone, because you do really have to consider what country you're going into. Then there's also the customs officer as well. All those nuances that play on what panned out for me might not be the case for everyone. And also what airline you choose to take when you're packing to go on a trip. They're all different conditions on sizes and weights, on how many check-on luggages that you can have. So I will talk about those things in another video. And I might do that one straight after this because I'm going back to work tomorrow and everything's going to sort of slow down a little bit with all of these videos back into my regular routine. So I'll get as much as I can film today. The hospitality in the Midwest is just astounding, and I will return for sure. I'm a happy traveler and a little kind of foggy in the brain right now from all of the up and downs, but I just want to say thank you again for a great trip. With that, I will wish everyone well, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.